Hey everybody, if you don't know me, I'm Alexandra. I'm the owner and founder of Mama and Ruse. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with our products and with some of the changes in our country and our trade policy that are going to affect, unfortunately, some things at Mama and Ruse. I just want to be really upfront with you because I really care about families, and I've always made it a goal to have items that are reasonably priced, to have items that are ethically made, really good quality, things that are going to last for your baby for years, and also be able to be passed down to your other children or to friends and family that you care about. I love what we do. I love being able to communicate with so many of you. We've had so many conversations with so many customers and so many people in our community, and I really love that. I'm really glad that you're here. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what I do know and what I don't know and what I'm planning so far. And one of the things that I know is that there's a lot I don't know. So I have been checking, if you're not familiar with the news, which you might not think of tariffs if you're not somebody like me who runs a business who does imports, right? So we import multiple of our brands from the EU, and I love working with them. They're really great people. One of those brands, Didymos, is currently not going to ship to the United States because of the tariffs and some other things, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But what a tariff is a tariff is so when goods are imported, in this case, right, this is what I'm talking about, goods and tariffs on things that are imported, all of the packages that I get go to customs before they get to me, almost entirely. Every now and then it skips for some reason that's probably more complicated than I understand, but they go to customs, I get a bill, and I pay that, and then we go on. And in the past, that bill has been pretty reasonable, and I really just considered it part of doing business. It's not something that I've added as a cost to our product as some sort of direct one-for-one line, because it's just kind of a part of the process. Unfortunately, there has been very little guidance from our government as to who exactly is going to be tariffed. Are there going to be limitations? So in the past, there have been some order values that less than this, you don't get tariffed, you don't get taxed on that gets paid to the U.S. government because we're importing things. So they were created to encourage U.S. manufacturing. And I love U.S. manufacturing, but unfortunately, there's a lot of challenges that I can't on my own control for. And so we have had U.S. brands in the past. We do have a U.S. sling ring, the rings themselves, they're a U.S. company. But for right now, kind of our main brands are EU based. And so the knowledge so far has been 25% taxes on everything from the EU starting April 2nd. I'm not seeing, and I keep checking, I'm not seeing any value things. I'm not seeing any industry specific. I'm seeing a few industries having, even more or some specific for that, but in general, it's just kind of everything. And so I'm left in kind of a really difficult position because unfortunately a 25% tariff or more, I just can't cover. We can't stay in business if I do that. That's the reality. And I think that businesses like mine are important. And I think that we do good work, and I think that we do good things. So in addition to that, because of some other global sorts of issues with supplies in general, there are also some additional products from Lenny Lamb that also are going to have a cost increase. So my cost to purchase them will be going up in addition to some of these tariffs at around the same time. Now, we also have some really cool things coming from our brands. We've got, there are some updates coming to some carriers that I think you're really going to like. We're going to be able to talk more about that in a few weeks. But unfortunately, unless something gets announced where our market isn't going to be taxed as high, or there are things where I would bring it back down. But for right now, I have to kind of assume that we're going to have this 25% or more tax on anything that we bring into the store to sell. And that plus cost increases on some items is going to increase costs across the board in our store. So what I'm going to do, anything that's already here, and which is a lot, anything that's already here, I don't need to collect additional, whatever on, because I've already paid the customs to come to the country, right? And that's something that I accept as part of that cost of goods. So anything that's already here, I don't need to increase the price, but it's kind of difficult in the system to do some of that piecemeal stuff. So what I'm currently planning to do is I'm currently planning to raise prices kind of in sections and also have some automatic codes to bring those prices down to about the current pricing for now until we get those new shipments. And then once we get those new shipments, or those new shipments are ordered, frankly, because it takes a little time, once they're ordered, then the pricing will go back up. So what does that mean for you? So that means get your orders in soon, right? As before April, that will help, right? That will make sure that you get that lower pricing. If you have questions about products, definitely reach out to us through the chat, through the email. Amanda and I are responding as quickly as we can. I do have about 1,000 things on my list every single day. So if I've been talking to you and I don't respond right away, it's not you. It's just that there's a lot of things, and doing some of these updates for the tariffs is one of them. Getting some updates ready for some new things that are coming is also part of that. So that's really exciting. But that's just something I want to be really clear with and let you know. I am doing as best I can to keep at least a few things under $100 still. And I think I'll be able to do that. But it's not going to be as much as it was before. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the way that is right now. I don't have a lot of control over that. I am actually trying to meet with some, I have meetings scheduled with some of my representatives to talk to them about small business, because small business is really important. And I really support, anybody who's working to do that work, support their families. But Mama and Ruth supports my family. My husband works for me. This is our livelihood. And so, I hope that you can kind of understand that where I'm coming from. That I can't sell things just at a wholesale cost, because I can't feed my family, right? So this is something that I have to do, even though I'm happy with how things are right now, but I don't control some of these policies. That being said, I think even at the increased pricing, we're still, these are still really beautiful, high quality items. They are going to last for you, for your little one. The sizing is generous. We try to really encourage you to get into the sizes that are going to be good for you now. But they're going to last you, and that's what we're trying to do. And if you have questions about sizing, we're always happy to help you to do that, right? Always help to talk through it with you, tell you what things you can measure, look at, and compare to make sure that you're getting in the size that'll fit comfortably now. But also, when you think about split over the hours that you will wear your little one, for the first year of my oldest life, we were wearing him, constantly, right? Probably, 4 to 8 hours a day, a lot of the time, especially in the first few months. Multiple hours a day, every single day, at least for the first year, and really through the second too, for my oldest, and even my youngest too. We still are carrying multiple hours a day, into the second year of life. That's a pretty typical normal day, so you divide that cost of that carrier over how many hours of use you're going to get out of it just for one child over multiple years. And then you can also hang on to that carrier for future children. You can also pass that carrier on to others, or because they're so nice and so high quality, the resale value for our carriers does hold pretty well. And so if you go on to, the buy-sell trade groups, like the one that we monitor, or other places like Poshmark or Mercury, you can definitely find people to also, pay you for your secondhand carriers too. And so I think it's a really great investment. It is, carriers take that pressure off of your arms. They take that pressure off of your body. They help to spread the weight of your baby, and they're comforting. They help, soothe your baby, and they help soothe you. They're just a really wonderful thing. And I love baby wearing, and I think that everyone should have a beautiful, high quality, ethically made carrier. And that's what we have here. And that's not going to change with this. I'm not going to suddenly go look for cheap, not well made things. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep providing high quality things, and I'm really excited, and I know that you're going to love them. We're going to keep our great policies, right? We're still going to allow returns. We're still going to allow these things. If you have questions about those, you can always reach out. But that's just something that I think everybody needs needs to know. It's coming. If you're on the fence, order now, order before April, okay? If you're on the fence, because the pricing is going to go up for some items a lot more significantly than others, unfortunately, because again of those other cost increases. But I'm really excited. We're always here to help you. Thank you so much for being here. Yay!